He split the sea, defied a Pharaoh, and led the people to freedom. But behind the miracles and the movies, who was Moses really? Was he a historical leader, a legend, or both? Hello, thanks for joining us again. This is Back in That Day, and this episode is about Moses. According to the Hebrew Bible, Moses was born during a time when the Pharaoh of Egypt ordered all newborn Hebrew boys killed. His mother hid him in a basket on the Nile River, where he was found and adopted by an Egyptian princess. Raised as a royal, yet born a slave, Moses' life was split between two worlds. Historically, however, there's no direct Egyptian record of Moses or the mass enslavement described in Exodus. But scholars suggest the story may reflect memories of Semitic peoples who lived and labored in Egypt during the 13th to 15th centuries BCE, such as the Habaru or Asiatics, groups known from Egyptian texts. The Bible says Moses killed an Egyptian overseer for beating a Hebrew slave and fled to Midian in the Sinai region. There, he married Zipporah, daughter of a Midianite priest, and encountered God in the famous burning bush, the moment he was commanded to return to Egypt and free his people. From a historical perspective, this marks a pattern seen across ancient hero traditions, the exiled prince returning to lead people, suggesting a mythic structure layered over possible historical memories. The central drama, Moses versus Pharaoh, the 10 plagues, the Passover, and the miraculous parting of the Red Sea are among the most powerful stories ever told. Archaeologists have not found direct evidence for the Exodus as described, no Egyptian records of plagues, or mass departures of Hebrew slaves. However, there is evidence of Semitic populations migrating out of Egypt during the Late Bronze Age, around 1250 BCE, coinciding with political upheaval. Some historians link this to pharaohs like Ramses II or Merneptah, the latter even mentioning Israel on a victory stele. The victory stele is the Merneptah stele, an ancient Egyptian granite monument from around 1207 BCE that records Pharaoh Merneptah's military victories. It contains the earliest extra-biblical reference to Israel, stating, "Israel is laid waste, bare of seed," and mentions the group in the land of Canaan, suggesting that a people or entity with this name was recognized in the region by the late 13th century BCE. This was the first known reference to the Israelites in history. At Mount Sinai, Moses is said to have received the 10 Commandments, the foundation of Jewish, Christian, and Islamic law. Whether or not the event occurred as described, the laws attributed to Moses represent a revolutionary step in ancient civilization, an ethical code based not on kings, but on divine justice and equality before God. Historically, early Israelite religion evolved from Canaanite culture, with monotheism emerging gradually over centuries. Moses, therefore, may symbolize the transformation from tribal confederation to a people bound by shared faith and law. Moses never entered the Promised Land. According to the Bible, he died on Mount Nebo, viewing Canaan from afar. His burial place is unknown, fitting for a figure who stands between history and legend. For over 3,000 years, Moses has remained one of humanity's defining symbols of faith, freedom, and moral law. Whether seen as prophet, liberator, or mythic hero, his story continues to inspire, reminding us that even in uncertainty, the pursuit of justice and hope endures. Historically elusive, spiritually eternal, Moses may be one man history can't prove, but will never forget.